Hey guys, Portia here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on a anniversary gift for my husband. We'll be celebrating our 18-year anniversary coming up. And we always give two gifts. So one is going to be like a practical gift, something that we want. The other one is always sentimental. And this year, my sentimental gift to him, I want to focus on the place we actually met. Because if it was not for that place, we would not have become us or we, right? So we met at work. He started sending me work directly instead of going through the proper channels. So apparently he saw me before I saw him. And every time I saw his work requests come in, because it was not actually in queue, I would delete them. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. Delete, delete, delete. One day he finally walked over there and he handed me a work request, and I'm like, oh, hello, how are you? And who might you be? So yeah, that pretty much kicked off the start of our long relationship, an 18-year marriage. So let's just go ahead and jump right into our project. So I want to create a latitude and longitude keepsake gift for where we actually met. So in order to do that, I'll be using some brushed gold vinyl. This is cherry wood cardstock, super thin, and I'm sure I'll need my deep point blade for that and my Cricut Maker. A piece of white cardboard, the elements of the picture are actually going to sit on that. I found this really cool picture frame from Walmart. It is made out of real wood, and I like the way that we have the natural wood color coming through there, and this is a deep ebony color. I thought it would look good. I've also already cut down to size my vinyl and my cherry wood, and I got some double-sided tape here to allow the cherry wood to stick to the white cardstock. Now, the other thing I wasn't sure if I was going to use, but now that I'm looking at the cherry wood against the ebony kind of wood, I think it'll look better if I stained it. So I am going to go ahead and use some wood stain. I've used this a couple of times. You see it's a mess, right? So yeah, we are going to go ahead and stain the cherry wood to get a nice brown, bring out some of them tones a little bit more. So let's get started. I want to go ahead and get the cherry wood stained. It's going to take about an hour, so we can let that dry while we're doing everything else. So like I said, I've already cut it to the proper size that I'll need. And what I'm going to do is just a really good shake. Let's get this open. I probably should have on gloves, but we're using such a tiny amount, it'll be just fine. So I'm just going to use a little sponge here, and we're going to dip that in there. Now let's see, I hope I'm not messing this up. If I am, then what I'll do is just get another piece. All right, so this is cool. And as I'm wiping it in, what's that called, a grain, I can start to see as it dries, it's gonna come through. So also pretty much looks the way I thought it was going to. And there's still a little bit of the natural cherry is coming through, so that adds some texture to the wood as well. All right, there we go. And I don't know how well this is really showing up on camera, but you can still see the grain of the cherry through there, which is perfect. And of course, once we put it under glass, it'll make it pop even more. So let's move on to our next step. Sliding right on over to Design Space, let's go ahead and upload the images that we are going to be using. So I have a image of Chicago, which is where we met. So that's the dark silhouette there. And then I had the coordinates to the location that we met at. And I added the words where we began. I actually made this image in Canva. I prefer to use Canva because whenever I'm using a lot of characters, for me it's just easy to manipulate the words in Canva, as opposed to having to ungroup, move each individual character, so forth and so on. So that's why I prefer to save the image in Canva, upload it to Design Space as a ping. So pretty much from here, all I'm doing is making sure the two pieces line up, because I'm going to size them together to ensure that they're the proper size for the frame that we are going to add them to. After that, we just go ahead and once we finish, playing with all the different colors, all that good stuff, we just send it to the mat so that we can go ahead and make it. So we just got our pieces off of our mat. So I'm actually happy with the way the stain came out. Like I said, it's gonna pop and look really good under glass. So I'm glad I decided to do that. And plus, I want this to be masculine. My husband is probably going to end up putting this in his office, so I also wanted to match the decor. And I've already weeded out our words here. It's on the transfer tape, ready to be transferred. And this is the cardstock that everything is going to float nicely on. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but I did make about a 1/4 inch light trace line all around here, because I don't want to place our elements out or my images outside of the lines here. So let's go ahead and first get our words placed. All right. Okay, let's see. Kind of do want to use this as a guide. Don't want it to go on crooked. And that looks about right. Okay. Move that. So you want to take your time placing this, because you don't want your letters to look crazy and all askew. Definitely don't want that. Where would this go? Probably about right there. Yeah, that's good. So let's go ahead and let's see here. All right. So I just wanted to make sure that it was gonna stick before I start scraping it down really good. What did I do with my... Oh well, my nails will work. I have stuff all over the place in my little workroom here, and I hide stuff all the time from myself. You know how it is. Okay, that looks good. Totally happy with that. Now let's come in with... Honestly, in hindsight, I probably could have placed this first. But oh well, I did not. Okay, double-sided tape. And I want to put a bit right here. Okay, that's pretty good to me, because honestly, like I said, it's going to be sitting under glass, so that's going to press it down for us anyhow. And so what I'm doing here is I want like our little dots here to line up with that piece of Chicago. I don't want it to be crooked. Okay, let's try again. Gotta focus, man. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I did it, y'all. I think I did it. Let's see. This looks pretty darn good to me. Okay, I am going to set this aside and let's start working with our frame here. So I want to get our glass cleaned because that is important, especially presenting it as a gift. I could have used my Windex, but this alcohol is going to work just as well, and a towel. So inside first. All right, so let's get our picture in there. Now let's see if this bad boy is crooked or not. It is not. I am excited. Yes. Okay, turn it back over. Alright guys, there you have it. Super easy to make. I would say, including drying time, you totally can do this under an hour. Probably even less. Say for instance, if you just decided to keep the cherry wood natural, you know what I mean, this totally could have been hand drawn. You don't want to use your Cricut, or if you don't even have one. So guys, yeah, if you have any questions, concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know. If you haven't done so, go ahead and sub to Color Me Portia. But until next time, peace.